everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Chantel, this is my basic journey, and I live full-time in my minivan. I have been driving from Illinois down to Arizona towards warmer weather, and I recently have driven through the state of Texas. Texas is a big state, and there was a lot to see that I did not get to see because I have just been zooming through this state. It is getting really cold really fast, and I honestly just want to get to the desert and get to bright sunny days again. When driving through Texas, I wasn't really worried about having like beautiful scenery or staying at places that were really nice. Like, I just looked for places that were free and had a bathroom because honestly those are my main two priorities. So a couple of these places out of the three weren't really that great, and I wasn't too worried about it because I only stayed at these places one night, but for one night all three places were adequate. I came in through Texas from the north from Oklahoma. I was in the Chickasaw Nation, if you guys saw that video, and then I headed down into Wichita Falls. And just about 10 minutes outside of Wichita Falls is a town called Holiday, Texas. In this small little town of Holiday, Texas, there is a park. It was called Stonewall Jackson Camp. On iOverlander, it said that this spot actually had a vault toilet and running water. However, I think that maybe because it was winter that the water was off, and I didn't see a vault toilet. However, there was a building that had a small garage door on it and a regular door, so maybe that is the vault toilet, but it was locked. It also said on iOverlander that this is an actual campground and that there is actual designated campsites. However, when I got there, it was just a bunch of baseball fields, grassy land area, and then a dirt road that headed into what looked like private land, and there wasn't really areas to like pull off into it and park for camping. So I'm not sure if I just didn't go in the right area, but maybe 2 minutes after I got there, a sheriff showed up and I asked him where he would like me to park, and he actually just told me you can park anywhere is fine, and then he just said, "Hey, have a nice day, miss," and left. I ended up leaving really early in the morning since they didn't have a bathroom. I just headed straight to the gas station, but for one night it wasn't too bad. It was kind of pretty. There was kind of like this weird gross creek there, and they also had like an area that had a huge fire pit. But besides that, this was kind of like a subpar place. It was my least favorite out of the three that I went to. My next stop was a couple hours south of there in a town called Abilene. There's a park there called CB Park, and it actually has a sign in the beginning that does say you can park there for up to 48 hours, and there's actually designated camping sections there. However, when I got there, both of these spots were taken up, but I did go back just to get a little clip for you guys. The real sites had covered picnic tables and fire pits. However, the spot that I was in, you could tell was definitely camped in. It had a lot of trash in it, but there was no amenities like that. This place was still a huge step up from the last place, and they did actually have flushing toilets with running water, which was really nice. And they had a little picnic area and places you could like just sit and look at the little lake that was there. I still only ended up staying one day in this spot just because it was getting pretty cold, so I wanted to continue my journey to the desert. I headed west from Abilene to a place called Big Springs, Texas. In Big Springs, they have a park there. It's called Comanche Trail Park. Now, this park is huge. They have a ton of amenities. They have a golf course, they have an amphitheater, they have a playground, they have pavilions, a little lake. It was a big park. Right as you're entering the park, there is a turn to your left, and there are 6 free campsites. Some of them did have picnic tables and fire rings. I did choose one with a table and a fire ring. However, not all of them had them, but all of them did have a trash can, which was really nice. To get in here, you had to turn left before you go through the gate, and the gate actually closes at night around 10 p.m., and I'm unsure of what time it opens. It was typically open whenever I woke up. The park actually did have a bathroom. However, I'm not sure if due to COVID or the fact that it was winter, they did have it locked. They did have a pool area as well, which might have showers. Again, I was here in winter though, so the pool area was completely closed. However, if you're here in the summer, they might actually have showers in this place, which would be really nice as well. I actually found this place on freecampsites.net instead of iOverlander. In the description on freecampsites.net, it said that this campground was actually specifically made for travelers and people passing through, so that way locals don't use it. I didn't have anybody else there with me until the second night, and then I did have somebody come and stay just the night, and they were gone before I left in the morning. It was actually super nice here. I really liked it, and if it wasn't so cold, I probably would have stayed longer. I also think I was just really excited because they had cactus plants there, so I was like just really excited to get to the desert and get out of there. But it was a really, really nice park. This is probably my favorite out of the three places that I went to. You should definitely check it out if you're driving through Texas. I have one last honorable mention before I leave the state of Texas. I stopped in a town called Andrews, Texas, on my way out, heading towards New Mexico. And in this town, they had everything that you would need if you were a traveler. They did have a Love's Travel Center that had really, really nice and clean hot showers. They had a water fill station that you could get ice at as well. It was only 25 cents a gallon for water and only $1 for 10 pounds of ice. I thought it was a really good deal, and it's just a little drive-through water place. I really, really enjoyed that. They had a laundromat there that was very cheap. It was only $2.75 for a wash and about $1.50 for a dry. The laundromat itself was pretty nice. It had updated machines, and it just was a really nice little spot. They didn't have a Walmart or a large department store in town, but they did have a couple of different grocery stores. I went to Porter's, and that one was pretty nice. I found everything that I needed there. Another thing worth mentioning about Andrews, Texas is their post office does accept general delivery. I didn't need to get anything from there, but I just thought it would be worth mentioning in case you are passing through and need to get some mail. Andrews, Texas is only about 36 miles away from the border. I highly recommend stopping here if you need to do any errands before heading into New Mexico. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had fun exploring these 3 free places to park in Texas. I hope it helps somebody. If you guys are ever driving through Texas or take the same route, these are 3 free places that you are able to park. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, you should do so below. I'll also leave a link for my Patreon in the description box in case you guys want to check that out. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!